What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about how perfection, right? How perfection. I'm gonna be talking about perfection, right? And how us humans see it, and yada yada yada, all that stuff. So we can get to the video. Like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. All right. So let's take a look at the moment, right? What is this moment? If we could break it down, because the thing is, there's seconds, and then there's milliseconds, right? And then there's nanoseconds, right? And then there's probably smaller ones. But it's like, how do you define the moment, right? Like, what defines this moment? Like, right now, I'm just driving. What defines this moment, right? Is it the second that you press pause, and that's the moment? Like, what is the moment, right? Every single second, there's a moment. And what you can call that is perfection, right? Because it's what happens, right? It just is. It's just here, right? The thing is, what happens after that? We don't know. Now we know, because now is after that, right? Like, the thing is, like, when you think about these concepts, it gets pretty mind-boggling, right? It gets pretty deep. But what does this have to do with perfection? Everything already is perfect, right? Like, the way I see the world as everything is perfect, right? And like, everything is already here. We're just experiencing it, right? It's like a movie. The movie's already done. You might, like, I was watching Squid Game today, right? Show Squid Game, and it's funny because the thing is, I'm watching the show, and I'm on the second episode, right? It's called Hell. And I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it. I'm probably going to drop this in like 10 months. But in the show, it's like, they all had to take a vote, right? They're all like, oh, do you want to stay in the game or leave? And the thing is, to me, I'm thinking like, all right, this is a whole show. Obviously, they're going to all vote to continue the game, right? Because the thing is, it's like, why wouldn't they not continue the game? How else are they gonna make the rest of the show? But then, you know, obviously the twist happens, and it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Right? Because the thing is, that's what life is, right? Life is basically like, everything is perfect, right? Everything is already here. Everything is perfect. We're just experiencing it, right? So when people, like, I used to have this friend that we used to make music, right? And he would always be like, oh, I'm a perfectionist, it has to be perfect, it has to be perfect. And I'm just like, nah, bro, it does not have to be perfect. Like, I feel like not being perfect, like, you could put a smidgen of perfection into what you do, right? But, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? There's a difference between discipline and perfection, right? And, all right, so basically going back to, I always do this. I don't know, I can never focus. Basically, with Homeboy, he would come over and we'd make music, and he'd be like, oh, I'm a perfectionist. And he would hate all my music because he was like, oh, nah, that's dumb, this and that, yada, yada, woody woo. And then I made a song called Chicken Tender Sub, and then that shit blew the fuck up. And it's funny because it's like, it did way better than like all his other songs. And it's like, people know me because of that song, right? And so it's just so funny when it comes to like, oh, perfection, because he was always like, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to be perfect. But I'm just like, nah, man, this is good how it is, fuck it. Right? I'm always on that mentality, like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck how good it is, it just has to be, right? It has to just be. As long as it exists, because I'm not perfect, you feel me? I'm not, like, I have so many flaws. We're flawed, humans are flawed, right? Nothing is perfect, everything, because the thing is, when you take away perfection, it's like, you don't give the universe nothing to work with, right? Because the thing is, let's say that you're like when they say letting go, right? Like, you have to let go. The reason letting go is so important is because if you have a fixed mindset, then, like, let's say that you have a girlfriend, right, or a boyfriend, and they broke up with you, and what happens is that you're like, oh, I want them back, and you just have this one fixed mindset. The universe is like, bruh, I have something better for you, or bruh, I have something better for you. Just chill out, I got something, it's coming. But then you're like, no, I want this. So it's like, no matter what you get, it's like, nah, I want this. So it's like, okay, you're being ungrateful because I got better shit for you, and you're just pining over some shit that is like, you experienced it and it's done, right? It's done. I got better shit for you. But you're like, no. Because the thing is, we want perfection, right? And to us, we see this person as perfection. And it's like, no, they're not perfection. There's nothing perfect. There's always room to expand, to grow, to do more. You feel me? Because to live in the past means, okay, like, to want something so badly, it's like living the past, and it's like, okay, that's already done. Like, even the beginning of this video, right now, I'm at 5 minutes. it's 5 minutes into the video. All the other shit that I said is just gone. You feel me? It's done. But I have more things to say, and that's why you're listening, because you're intrigued, you're hooked. You're just like, okay, this is the rest of the video, because it's like this. The rest of the video is you're still gonna learn more. All the other shit's gone. Poof, pop out. But this is here. You feel me? So yeah, that's why we don't like perfect, right? If you ever take LSD or like psychedelics, then you understand that the world is already perfect, and even though there's suffering in the world, there's mayhem, madness, whatever, you know, all that stuff is good. It's not that it's good, it's just that like it's here. This is what we are. The world's perfect. You feel me? So it's like, not to like everything is supposed to be, because it's supposed to be bad so we can find better solutions, you know. So, I don't know, I just don't take things that serious, right? So it's like, when it's perfection, basically the whole moral the video is, don't be a perfectionist, be disciplined, right? The difference between discipline and perfection that I was getting at is that perfection is, oh, it has to be perfect, right? Like there's a set way it has to be, and it has to be like that. But no, it doesn't have to be like that, right? Like you have discipline, right? Like me, I just came from the gym. Every day I go to the gym, right? No matter what, like no exceptions. I'm dedicated. That's discipline, right? I didn't do shit in the gym. Like I went to do shoulders. I lifted 20 pounds on my shoulders. That's nothing. I usually lift 70, but today I did 20. I don't give a fuck. That's not perfection, right? But what is perfection? I'm moving towards the direction. No perfection moves to the direction, right? It's discipline. Discipline is more important than perfection, because if I didn't make all those songs that I made before, I wouldn't have had that song Chicken Tender Sub be as viewed as it was, right? As like 100,000 views, and I wouldn't have had that if I didn't make a lot of songs, and if I was concerned about perfection, right? You could be good, you could have things that are good. That's the way the discipline comes in. That's the standard. But it's like, you don't have to be perfect, you know? But yeah, us humans, we don't like perfection. There's no such thing. With that being said, like the video, comment below what you think about it, subscribe if you're new. If you have a question, just DM me on Instagram at Torius, ask for interviews, and I'll leave a you know, I'll make a video for you. And if I have OnlyFans or Patreon, I'll put it in the link below, or whatever link. Just click it and, you know, send me money or whatever. Like the video, comment below, subscribe if you're new. Catch you guys there. Peace, peace, peace. Deuce.